Hello there, fellow NPCs. I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into Seeds of Chaos. We are just about to end week 25, and if you remember from last episode, we are getting a special visit, and I believe it's from the Fae creatures. You know, you should never mess around with Faes, because they will screw you over, especially so in this game, where sex is apparently more or less a commodity. You know, if you have it, I want it. Something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to say what these Faes will be up to and what they are going to do to us. Yeah. So yeah, with that said, let's go into week 25. Arrival of the new emissaries. Right. In the warm light of the mid-afternoon sun, Rowan dozed. He rested his elbow on the table and leaned his head against his palm, hoping the extra support would keep him stable as he read through dreary paperwork. But for some reason today, he just couldn't stay. His head drooped, his eyelids slid shut. A soothing calm washed over him as the Rowan settled into a quiet rest. Rowan. They're here. You need to get to the portal. Please wake up. Who was that though? What? Who? Is this... Did it accidentally make two avatars as sprites? That's unfortunate. Rowan's head swirled around the room in confusion. There was no one there. His drowsiness had vanished. He was wide awake, alert and energetic. That voice, driven by a compulsion he could not explain, Rowan rose from his seat and hurried out the door. Rowan stepped into blood-mean cavernous portal room from the sound of shouting. A dozen orc guards stood in a semicircle around the entrance of the portal, their weapons drawn. There was something standing at the portal. Something big. Well, that's terrifying. Holy shit, look at him! Holy crap! Yes, looks like that White Fox's father, you know, something like that. Sharp yellow eyes swept the room with a hunter's calm alertness. His sinewy form and pale snow-like fur stood resplendent in the indirect glow of the portal behind him. Sensing his profound lack of concern for their presence, the phalanx of orcish guards gave the creature a wide berth. What's going on here? Bosh, he just appeared out of nowhere. Through the portal? Yeah. The wolf lifted his nose and took a few experimental sniffs of the air. He didn't seem hostile. Yet. Ooh. Yeah, well, it kind of depends on what my role here in the castle is. But we are the boss of the orcs, so I guess we kind of need to confront him. I'm scared because I can't regret my choices. The Roman took a step forward, ignoring the flutters of unease that crept up his spine. There was something unnerving in the beast's eyes, something primal and predatory. Who are you? How did you get in here? Rowan felt the bottom go out of his stomach as the creature's piercing eyes snapped to him. He resisted the urge to freeze in place. Ugly. Worse than I expected. Excuse me? Ill omens all around. Stench of fate in the air. I do not like it. You don't like what? Everything. All of it. You included. This place is wrong, twisted and gnarled like a strangling vine. What are you, beast? A glint of humor grew in the wolf's eyes. Beast, is it? You haven't given me a name. Pointless. My name means nothing. You would not know me by its use. I might be more inclined to listen to what you have to say at the very least. affair. I am White Scar, emissary of the Fae. I have business with your masters. Rowan's eyebrow twitched, so the dreams were true. Emissary, so not the leader or king or anything like that. And what business would that be, Fae? The wolf's upper lip curled. He bared his fangs. Bring me to them, and you will know it. And you will know of it. And if I refuse? The wolf sneered. His shoulders lowered a half-inch as his stance shifted. He flexed his arms casually, extended his claws as he stretched. It matters not. I will deliver the Queen's message regardless. Bold words. Bold words leads to bolder action. You will not deny me my sacred task. You'll die if you try anything. A Fae unwilling to die for something is not fit to live in the first place. Rowan's hand drifted unconsciously to the hilt of his sword. The orcs around him raised their weapons. White Scar's brow lowered. Rowan felt a thrill of alarm run up his back. Suddenly, there was a flash. A flickering of energy spiked within the portal, and in an instant another figure had appeared. Oh! Is this where you come in? I have seen images of you, but I don't really know who you are. Holy crap, look at that sprite! She is here. Oh, wait. Who are you? Goodness, what a commotion. Is this like the Queen of Faes? Rowan drew his sword in a blur. White Scar bared his fangs and let loose an enraged growl. To Rowan's shock, it wasn't directed at him, but rather towards the tall, statesque woman who had just materialized out of thin air. Dearest White Scar, we've only just arrived and already you've threatened our hosts. What are you doing here, witch? The pale, vaguely elven being smirked. My. Now is that any way to address your fellow emissary? Okay. Another emissary. I was thinking that because she's holding a skull that she might be higher order, you know? Like a dark queen or something. The wolf rose to his full height, looming over her as if readying to devour her. The queen sent me alone to handle this. And evidently she was right to second-guess her judgment. I have been dispatched to help you. To hinder and delay me. Leave. The woman merely smiled. No. She forgot him in an instant, turning to face Rowan as if the imminent threat of White Scar's rage simply didn't exist. Arcille, okay. Greetings, Rowan Blackwell. I am Arcille, Lady of the Midnight Court. I do apologize for the abruptness of our arrival. This uncouth brute standing next to me is White Scar, chieftain of the Netherweld. Okay. We come as emissaries of God Queen Cassandra. You are Fae as well? Her smile broadened. She fluttered her eyelashes at him. Her voice was low and breathy, as if the two were exchanging pillow talk. Ooh, so astute. Okay, so she is going to be very saucy. We seek an audience with the twins, if they will deign to see us. We do not ask. We demand that you bring us to them. Arcille laughed at White Scar's snarling retort. My companion suffers from a somewhat choleric disposition, as you can see from this latest misunderstanding. White Scar, we came here to talk, not to do battle. You shouldn't be here at all. Shall I leave you to your bumbling then? You seem to have the situation well out of hand. Rowan looked to Arcille over to White Scar in puzzlement. The hostility between the two was both immediate and overwhelming. Sensing his eyes hovering upon her, Arcille smoothly refocused her attention on Rowan. Enough banter. We can save such salacious gossip for later. Arcille bowed her head, exposing the curve of her milky cleavage to Rowan viewing as she did so. Will you grant us the privilege of an audience with the twins, Rowan? Rowan let out a sigh and fingered the amulet around his neck. Empress Ysera, Emperor Andras, I need you to come to the throne room immediately. I'm in the middle of something, servant. Can it wait, Rowan? No, it can't. We have... Rowan almost said Faye, but hesitated. Guests. What is the meaning of this intrusion, Rowan? 2 strangers have arrived through the castle portals. They seek an audience with you. Strangers. They claim to be ambassadors of the Fae. The twins shared a look. Rowan frowned. You two don't seem all that taken aback. You said you had handled it, sister. And I do, dear brother. Their arrival is surprising but hardly unexpected. You met the Fae before? Once or twice during my research in the leylines. I thought they were just children's bedtime stories. Most legends about them are. They are an elusive race, scorning in both Solansi and Karos. For them to appear to us now, we must have done something to draw their attention. Can they be trusted? Ysera let out a contemptuous laugh. As much as you can be, Rowan. You may send them in now. Rowan let out a dissatisfied grunt and gestured towards the door. The orcish guards pushed open the heavy doors. Empress Ysera, what a pleasure it is to see you again, my girl. The pleasure is all mine, Lady Arcel. I did not expect to see you here. Nor I, my Empress. My recent appointment to this diplomatic mission was a bit spur of the moment. I take it this handsome fellow is your oft-mentioned twin. That's right, Emperor Andros. Arcel fluttered her eyelashes at the both of them. Charmed, my lord. Allow us to introduce ourselves. Enough honeyed words. You, children of Cardinals, you abuse the ancient leylines. You corrupt the Netherworld. This will stop immediately. Come again, beast. What my exorbitantly blunt companion is trying to say is... The white wolf cut her off with a heated snarl. Do not interrupt me, witch. Queen Cassandra is kind, too kind. You abuse her mercy. You ignore our warnings. This will not continue. The magic of the leylines are not yours to tamper with. You dare to tell me what to do in my castle, beast? Your reckless meddling ranges far beyond these walls. I'll scold you as I would any wayward cub. Lady Arcel, what is the meaning of this? The Fae woman flashed a contemptuous smile. She lifted her hand up and cast it about in a lazy circle. You must forgive the chieftain. He bears a certain distaste for the nuances of negotiation, hence my presence. Queen Cassandra has taken a keen interest regarding your recent activity in the mortal realms. Reevekeep was quite a prize, was it not? It was a great victory, the first of many. Be that as it may, the Queen has grown concerned about the extra strain it's put on the magic of the lane lines. Oh, was Reevekeep that important that it actually has power? It's important for the ley lines to function. We wish to find a compromise. You tamper with powers you don't understand. Oh, I understand this power perfectly well, chieftain. You want to stop us? I can save you both a lengthy audience. Here is your answer. No, we won't. We will continue to use the ley lines as we see fit. Now scurry back the way you came, beast, and be grateful I'm in a forgiving mood today. Ashaves! White Scar let out a roar that shook the room. Before anyone could respond, it leapt to the base of the twins' throne and ascended the steps in rapid succession. Doe-eyed fools, you nibble at the world's foundation like termites, heedless, impulsive. You would undo the work of a millennia. For what? Fleeting vainglory, childish ambitions. Take one more step up that stair, beast, and I'll have your pelt for a rug. Rowan tensed. The mood turned deadly serious. Even Ysera had dropped her usual mocking smile. Whitescar was terrifyingly close to triggering a violent confrontation. Judging from the self-satisfied smirk on Arsil's face, she seemed more than happy to let him do so. Intervene on the Fae's behalf, stay silent and let them be banished. Oi, nay, oi. I don't remember what the Fae girl said, but I think it was, I trust your judgment to do the right thing. I think we need to intervene. Might I interject? Speak, hero. This audience has gotten off on the wrong foot. What was your first clue, fool? From what little I know of the Fae, they are not the type to initiate contact, and they are quite evidently skilled in magic. And in dreamwalking, he added, thinking ruefully to the white fox. Frankly, we don't have any luxury dismissing them outright. Ysera's eye never left Whitescar's face. Oh, I think we do, especially when they're as rude as this. With all due respect, Ysera, we are attempting to conquer a continent. Every choice we make affects the challenge of this task. You yourself said that the Fae shunned both Karos and Solancia. Having an ally whose interests align with ours is far more useful in the long run. Why add a new enemy to such a long list already? We are not the ones threatening the Fae in their own throne room. No, but they wouldn't have come here asking for an audience without cause. It's obvious that they are looking for a compromise. Andras glared at Whitescar. The two alpha males stared each other down. Could have fooled me. The twins were wavering. Rowan rounded on the Fae's ambassador. Chieftain, your passion in this matter is obvious. But is this really the way you plan to go about convincing us to stop? You entered the twins' domain and immediately began making demands, with nothing to offer us in return but vague threats. How do you expect us to respond? The Fae should not have to beg and scrape to preserve their way of life. Yet, here you are. If you had the power to force us to stop, you'd have done so already, not sent a diplomatic mission to issue a protest. What should be isn't what's at stake here. Whitescar fell silent. Rowan saw his opening and pressed the advantage. Perhaps with time we can come to understand your position better. Don't let your pride blind you to your ultimate goal. Whitescar glared from the twins to Rowan, to profoundly amused looking at Syl. After a long moment, he let out a dissatisfied huff, retracting his claws. The mortal speaks sense. So be it. My words were poor. I chose them out of anger. Forgive my outburst. The apology came through our gritted teeth, but it seemed genuine enough. Maybe we should adjourn for now, and speak about this again when tempers have cooled. Arsil's eyes gleamed with interest as they stared directly at Rowan. I think that would be for the best, yes. Very well. We will have rooms made ready for you to stay in as our honored guests. Rowan will see to the arrangements. I want to be as far away from the witch as possible. Goodness, Whitescar, you'll break my tender heart. Separate rooms it is. I'll see to it at once. One moment, hero. We wish to speak with you alone first. Oh. Is she gonna reprimand me, or is she gonna thank me for actually being useful here? Rowan stood still as a stone as the two Fae shuffled past him. Whitescar did not much as glance in his direction. Arsil shot him a subtle wink as she passed. Oh, Arsil is a bad girl. The door closed behind the Fae with a resounding thud. Well, that was an interesting exchange. That wolf needs to learn some respect. Come now, brother, did you really expect beings as wild as the Fae to adhere to proper etiquette? It's lucky I didn't skin him. There'll be time enough for that one day, I'm sure. Ysera turned to face Rowan, a knowing smile on her face. Well done, hero. You managed to You managed to deflect White Scar's anger and bought us precious time to prepare. Oh no! Did I fuck things up? Whoops. What are you talking about? We have been aware of the Fae and their connection to the leylines for some time now. Obviously, since they have access to the portal network, they are a threat to our new dominion. We have plans in motion to neutralize them, but for now, as you rightly pointed out, they are a secondary concern. Then these negotiations were just a ruse. So long as the emissaries are convinced that they can still plead their case, we can continue to act freely without fear of repercussions from the Fae. What of their warnings regarding the ley lines themselves? We aren't going to stop using them. Whatever doom they think we are heralding is none of our concern. For now, we will humor them, string them along as much as possible. In time, the Fae will leave of their own accord. Or we'll make them leave. Until then, I want you to keep an eye on them, but take care not to get mixed up in their conflicts. What conflicts? Ysera smirked. Come now, Rowan. We both know you aren't that stupid. You think those two are fast friends? If I had to guess, they were sent here together for a reason. It would seem that not all is well in the court of Queen Cassandra. You know more than you're letting on. Perhaps, but for now, this is all you need to know. Speak with the emissaries, learn what you can of the situation, but take no action either way. Ooh, take no action. I have such a bad memory, I'm gonna forget about that. Rowan clenched his jaw and nodded. He bowed to the twins and moved to make his exit. Ysera called to him over his shoulder. You surprised me today, hero. How so? I didn't expect you to speak on the Fae's behalf. Neither did I, really. Then what made you decide to do so? Rowan thought back to the dream of a few weeks before, when a very different Ysera asked him that same question. His lips pressed into a flat line. Call it intuition, but I think there's more to the Fae than what we've seen so far. Undoubtedly. Her smile was either playful or mocking. Rowan couldn't quite tell which. That will be all for now, Rowan. That night, Rowan dreamt of pleasant days, of warm summer nights and placid hours of lazy contentment. He could not recall the specifics of the dream, but he remembered the feeling of a soft hand squeezing his shoulder and a quiet voice whispering in his ear. Thank you. Oh! It was her that was talking to me before in the beginning of this episode. Breeding pit build scene. Oh! Who are you? You are quite a twink. On his way to the throne room, Rowan found himself face to face with his masters holding onto a short violet-skinned man dressed in straps and leather pants, who was nervously looking around the castle. Violet skin, okay, so not just pale, actually violet. There you are, servant. I snagged out a dark elf to help us out with a new breeding pit. I found the poor sod wandering around outside their caves, shivering from the cold. What were you doing there? Rowan addressed the elf, but there was no response. The dark-skinned man wouldn't even meet his gaze. Probably running from his mistresses. Men don't get much in the way of rights in their society. What's the matter? I won't bite. Really? So he is actually seeking protection from Andras and me. Interesting. Don't like ladies, I promise I'll treat you much better than my brother will, but suit yourself. Rowan, would you be a dear and give this man a hug? Excuse me? Brother, why have you dressed him like that? That was how I found him. He begged me to take him away from his home and said he knew how to handle monsters. No wonder he was so cold. This boy toy didn't have a chance to get any proper clothing for an escape. Must have been an opportunity he couldn't pass up or a danger he had to flee. Why are you still standing there, hero? Our new breeder needs to knock it with someone. Okay. I know what a breeding pit implies. I'm not sure what that means though. Give the Dark Elf a hug. Give the Dark Elf a pat on the back. Please don't attack me here. As instructed, Rowan stepped forward and wrapped his arms around the shorter man. The elf started slightly, but then almost immediately pressed himself into the embrace. He wrapped his arms around the hero in turn, even pressing his waist forward. Yeah, that's what I wanted to avoid. While Ysera had likely jested when saying that knew a servant needed to knock, it seemed that he really did want to do exactly that. For the first time, a smile crossed over the Dark Elf's face, and he met Rowan's gaze for an instant. Behind the two of them, the twins continued their discussion, was rapidly turning into an argument. Draeth. I'm Draeth. Good to meet you, Draeth. I'm Rowan. So you're good with monsters? Yes, I'm good with them. One of the only guys who managed to not lose a hand to them. If you can give me a place to stay, I'll take care of your monsters. He spoke with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The former was likely due to the possibilities of his new life. The latter probably had to do with always being afraid of the next beating. Well then, why don't I show you the facilities and you can explain all about handling monsters. Talking about things that he liked, or at least was comfortable with, should help overcome that apprehension. Honestly, brother, whatever will I do with you? Jedi hunting? Was that really the best use of your time? A Jedi would have made a fantastic first addition to our pits. Our foes wouldn't know what hit them. They left the two arguing twins behind, heading deeper and deeper into the castle underground. Yeah, here we are. Look at this facility. Oh shit, this, what is this? A dead Minotaur? Not just dead, but actually... There's something crawling around here. Holy crap, I never took a proper look at this place. Here we are. The Dark Elf looked around the cells and facilities for a few moments, then looked at Rowan with a confused expression on his face. It's empty. Yeah, well, we just finished building the place. There hasn't been time to actually get any monsters yet. Speaking of which, you know what the best way would be to get monsters? For small pens like these? Best to use newborns. Growth enhance if we can get the nutrients. So stealing eggs or children from nests and bringing them here. Exactly. We don't have large enough facilities for anything else. So find any monster nest you can and bring them their young backs here. I'll take care of the rest. At least I think I'll be able to. Sounds good. I'll just give you an overview of life here at Bloodmead, where you can find me, and we'll see about getting you quarters to live in. And a week report. Okay. 35 weeks remaining to complete the current main story. And treasury is 52, almost 53. Okay. Oh, 3 spies produced at 0.47 war readiness. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I don't know. Currently researching nothing. Oh yeah, because we just finished something, I guess. Rowan has begun to change. Of that he has no doubt. But whatever new sins he may have committed, he remains confident of his tainted righteousness. Oh no. What did we do in the last episode that tainted him? Who did we sleep with? Exaratel. Most likely. Yeah, Exaratel. Kinda worth it though. Week 26. Research report. Here is the report on the latest project. I'm sure you'll find the results to be of use. Military logistics. Professional as always, I see. Please send me a list of available projects so I can assign your next one. Wordlessly and expressionless, Cleona passed her updated sheet to Rowan. Oh yeah, also, Cleona is actually a real name I learned just the other day. because I am looking up Irish mythology for my RPG that I'm playing. And one of my friends is of the Irish pantheon and shit like that. There is a big deal Queen of the Fays or something like that. I don't remember right now. Queen of the Shees. That is known as Cleodna. And Cleodna with a D before the H. But she has also been known to be referenced as Cleona. So I have been wondering, is this Cleona more than just a reference to Irish mythology, Cleodna? That's interesting. Now, woo! We got 3 tribe negotiations. What that? Rider training. Holy crap. Let's see here. -10 orc soldier maintenance. That's making things cheaper. Upgrade unlocked orc barracks 4. Arena 3. We don't have even 2 of those. Monster taming. We got that. Breeding pit level 1. We got that. Maintenance is cheaper. Breeding pit level 2. And is there anything here we need? Castle hall level 3. Hell yeah, because that is most likely going to give us even more income. Library and forge. Well, let's do this. There we go. I understand. If there is nothing else, I will begin immediately. Alexia, potion stealing! What did you do, Oh no, it's Alexia! Oh no, I thought it was Helena at first. What would Helena need a potion for, I was thinking. But what does Alexia need a potion for? Well, that is something we will find out in the next episode. Woo! This has been a fun episode. We got to meet White Scar and Arcil, and they're gonna be fun. We'll see how that all goes, and how politics goes with Fae. Is Ysera going to get rid of them like she did the Dark Elf? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you Josef for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye everyone.